It's that time of the year where everybody's making their reading resolutions and they're reading TBRs, and yeah, I have some goals and resolutions and TBRs and shit. 2018 is going to be very similar to 2017 in that I'm going to be focusing on reading what I want to read when I want to read it. I'm not really going to focus so much on hitting a specific number of books I'm reading. I'm really just going to try and focus on finding more quality over quantity, of really wanting to read the book I'm reading in the moment that I'm reading it. But I do have a few things I definitely really want to do in 2018, and I'm proactively going to try to meet these goals. Kill my TBR in 2018. I have killed my TBR before, and in this case, my TBR is not very big, so I think this is a reasonable goal. Read every night, probably before bed, for at least 30 minutes. I found that this really helps me wind down from the day, and it also guarantees that I get at least a little bit of reading in every day. While I certainly don't think I need to read every day, I can live a full and happy life without reading every day. I think it's something that brings me a little bit of joy, and it's a way to just sort of engage in my own personal wellness. Try to film more reviews. Because I'm going to be striving to go for quality over quantity, I'm hoping that the books I read will all leave me with at least something to say about them. But even if they don't leave me with a lot to say, I'm still going to strive to film reviews so that I can say, well, this book didn't leave me with much, but here's what I do have to say on it. And if nothing else, I will be trying to go back to doing my monthly wrap-ups, so that if nothing else, there will be monthly wrap-ups. So those are really my reading goals for 2018. It's not a lot. They're not insane. I think I'm in general usually pretty happy with my reading and how I read. So, not gonna be anything dramatic. But with that out of the way, I guess it's time to show my TBR that I need to kill before the end of 2018. Most of these are books that are on my Kindle, which makes it easier for me to forget about them, and it's time for that to end. Shadow Song by S.J. Jones. This is obviously an advanced reader copy I was sent by Wednesday Books. I am a little over halfway through it, so this will probably be the first thing killed off of my TBR because I'm super excited for it and I'm reading it right now. Kill the Angel by Sandrone Dazieri. This is also an ARC, which I received from the publisher, this time via NetGalley. It's the sequel to a thriller that I loved called Kill the Father. I'm actively reading this now, so this will probably be the second thing that I kill off of my TBR. Furyborn by Claire Legrand. This is something that I wished for in NetGalley, was granted by the publisher. I've not yet started it, but I will actively read it after Shadow Song and Kill the Angel. So that'll probably be the third book that I kill off my TBR. The Essex Serpent. I just found out that I won this through a Goodreads giveaway, so I don't know whether I'll read this after those previous 3 books, but it's definitely something that'll be on my TBR and for me to read. Godsgrave by Jay Kristoff. This is the sequel to Nevernight, which I absolutely loved, and I was really excited for Godsgrave, and I bought it, and I just never read it. I don't know why I just never went and started it, but I know this is something I will read this year because I'm still really excited to read it. Like a River Glorious by Ray Carson. I did a review of Walk on Earth, a Stranger, and this is the sequel, which I bought, and I just haven't gotten the chance to read yet, but I will be reading it because I know I don't want this to end up like Walk on Earth, a Stranger, where it's on my Kindle for like 3 years. A Book of Spirits and Thieves by Morgan Rose. This is a spin-off series to her Falling Kingdom series, and it's sat on my Kindle since it was published. I think this is another one that was published in like 2015, and it has sat on my Kindle, and I've just never read it. It's time to read it. Night of Shadows and the Red Hand by Tony Venables. I have no idea how to say this man's last name. I deeply apologize. These are Guy of Gisborne, historical, I think, fantasy novels. I love the character of Guy of Gisborne, probably because I just always imagine Richard Armitage, and so I gotta read these. This is the first 2 books. I think there are actually 4 in this series. Not real sure, but I have the first 2, so gotta read them. Midnight Riot by Ben Aronovich. This, I think, actually was published as Rivers of London in the UK, where it was initially published. This is a series. It's a kind of supernatural mystery series, and I have started this book so many times and just never finished it. It's time to finish it. This Savage Song by Victoria Schwab. Yeah, I know, because I love Victoria Schwab, and I bought this, and I never read it. And we know I'll read it, and I'll probably love it, which means I'll immediately get Our Dark Duet and have to read that, but I have to read this one first. The Mirror Empire by Cameron Hurley. This I also got from NetGalley, and I never read it. I never read read it. I think I ended up hearing some like mixed reviews of it, and that sort of put me off it, but I should read it and form my own opinion. And finally, Strange the Dreamer by Laini Taylor. Yeah, was really excited for it. Bought it, as you can tell, UK hardback. It's gorgeous. I've read some pages in it, never finished. I think it's because I know Laini Taylor books are like one sit reads for me. I need to be able to devote the time to sit and just plow through it because I have a hard time leaving her writing style and then trying to get back into it in a lot of cases. So I think I look at this as sort of like a challenge where I need to be able to sit down and crank through this pretty lengthy book. Those are all the books that are sitting on my TBR that I will definitely be killing this year, in addition to plenty of new releases for which I'm excited. But those books are going to be taking, for most of the time, the priority.
Thanks for watching me ramble today. If you'd like to see more from me, go ahead and click that button with my face on it. It'll take you to my channel where I ramble about a whole lot of different things. Got some thoughts of your own? Go ahead and leave them down in the comments. And make sure that if you want to see more ramblings from me, you click that little subscribe button. That's it for me today, you guys, so until next time, cheers.